preserve, protect, and defend. So help you God?
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President. All the best wishes, Mr.
How are you, Glendale? I heard what happened and I immediately came here.
I never intended to shoot you. He beat me up with no legitimate reason. It was just a self-defense. I told everyone that, but no one listened. You know why? Because I am black.
So tell me what you saw that day.
I saw Glendale Watts and the police officer.
You saw Glendale shot the police officer?
I saw the car of Glendale. He was overspeeding when the police officer stopped him. But after Glendale stopped out the car, he shot him. I saw the police officer getting shot.
This gun belongs to the police officer who was shot. So tell me, how did this gun end up in Glendale Watts' hands and shot the police officer?
They were arguing and Glendale Watts took the gun, pointed it to the police officer, and shot him.
I am thinking that you are being paid for saying all these things. So, is this the real thing that happened?
Yes.
I'm not sure. We should get mixed up in what's fair. If we do, our stance could turn this organization into a noisy group. If we're to maintain our credibility as journalists, we need to remain detached.
I disagree. What's wrong with our getting involved as an organization? After all, other media organizations lobby and take positions on behalf of their members. That doesn't mean that as individual reporters, they can't be objective.
But when journalistic organizations take positions, such as intervening in litigation involving the First Amendment violations, they are usually related to journalistic issues. Watts might be a journalist. In fact, he's a former president of the NABJ, but his case isn't about journalism. It's a criminal case.
If we remain alone, some members will view this as an abandonment of our association's commitment to equal justice. They might say we're out of touch with the plight of African Americans who are more likely to face the death penalty than white criminals. And many of our members have covered this issue. That makes it a journalistic issue.
We may be African Americans, but our professional duties, we must be journalists first. Otherwise, we lose our credibility. If the NABJ becomes an advocate for a cause, there will be always a suspicion that our own reporting is biased. It will be a case of having a conflict of interest.
That's the point. We shouldn't risk our reputation. Our best approach is to disassociate ourselves from this case. As journalists, we have an ethical obligation to remain detached.
You act as though the so-called values of detachment and objectivity are moral imperatives of all journalists.
On the other hand, keep in mind that many of our members chose journalism because they wanted to make an impact on society. They certainly didn't go into it for the money. They might feel drawn to the Watts case because it embodies the racist tendencies of the American justice system. Under these circumstances, it's difficult to sit on the sidelines.
This is my article regarding Glendale. I believe that he is innocent and he was just a victim of racial injustice.
As member of NABJ, I stick on the mission of this association. It's up to you to make a stand.